All right, it is 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. CPI has been released. Let's go and take a look at that to see what's going on with the Social Security COLA for 2025. So let me share my screen. I'm looking at this live with you. First time here. Interesting. CPI has been trending down. And so I changed up my formula, how we go about it, um, to somewhat account for that using a trend line from this year. All right, here we are. We got the new CPI. Let's see here. Increase 0.2% seasonally adjusted. That was expected. 2.5% over the last 12 months before. Seasonal adjustment, that's just slightly below the expectation. Of course, this is CPI U. We want to get down all the way to CPI W, plug it into the amount. Increase 2.5% to, oh, that's CPI-U again. Here you are, CPI-W 308.64. That doesn't affect us too much, so we plug it into the formula. So let us go and look at the projection here. Now I've been projecting it a little bit. 309.4 was the projection, but let's it's lower than expected. That wasn't my projection. That was just what was going on with the projections that are out there of where CPI might go. I've got this top chart here, kind of showing, interesting enough, at least last year, pardon me, at least last year we had CPI going down towards the end of the year. So it's tough to predict and picking back up and then slowing down again. Seems like it slows down in the summertime on there. So I did a formula. Let's see if we can, I'm going to reset this, make sure we have the data all perfectly in there. That's understanding where it's at. Okay, so we got the formula on there. And let's project what next year is going to be, next month rather, because CPI for COLA is based on the average of the 3 months in the quarter. So quarter 3 of last year to quarter 3 of this year. All right. Of 9. Let's see. Fancy formula. Let's try to get us plugged in. Can we get to the log? It's logarithmic. There we go. All right. So we're projecting a 309.59 for next month. So let's look at the average here for. All right. So that's July, August 9th's average of 309.912 is what the projection is. Let's see. We're doing the math live because I wanted to get to it as quick as we could. Let's take that number, divide it out, -1. Okay, right around 3. It's rounding up to 3, but we get down 2.55. So interesting. Could be 2.6, could be 2.5. It's trending down. I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe 2.55. You can kind of see how things are flattening out. Maybe that will continue. So let's go with 2.5. That's my projection for next year's Social Security COLA, just based off the data. Got to say something real quick. I think a lot of people in the comments are suggesting that the government is lowering CPIW on purpose just to lower the Social Security COLA. I would disagree, but let's just pretend that's the case. This is just a numerator over a denominator. Maybe they could do it. Maybe they could do it only once. That would help them, right? Because in the next year, the denominator is lower. That makes it easier to have a higher Social Security COLA the next year around. So if you believe that the government is artificially lowering inflation just to have the Social Security COLA, you know what? I disagree, but let's just not agree on that. Not disagree right now. That could happen once because this year's number goes into next year. Next year's number goes into the following year. And I'm guessing they're not quite interested if there's some conspiracy of lowering COLA artificially from 3 to 2.5. If they were ever going to do that, they would have done that a couple of years ago when COLA was up around 9%. and then that gets baked in to the numbers because it's all just last year's number and this year's number going to it. So there you go. I'm going to say 2.5. Where does it round out to? 2.548. So it rounds to 2.5. Let's go with that as a projection for next year's Social Security. COLA, make sure to subscribe to my Retirement Revealed podcast on your podcast players, but the Mr. Retirement YouTube channel will get you live next month. That's coming up. Next month, October, is when I think it's the 10th. Hey, let's find that out. I've got it on my calendar, but CPI news release schedule. Should have that memorized. It's the most important Social Security day of the year. I had it right. Yep, I did have it memorized. October 10th. I'll see you October 10th. Subscribe to the Mr. Retirement channel. I'll see you October 10th live when we go through the official numbers, the actual official numbers. Talk to you soon.